Hello and welcome to Cooking with or Soyboy with me, or Soyboy, also called Callum. On today's episode, I'm going to be cooking some delicious food like I always do. However, before we get to that, I got something that I gotta say. A famous internet chef named Alfonso Spaghetti posted a video recently in which he called me out. He insinuated that anybody can do what I can do. Anybody can film it and just put it on the internet. Well, I take pride in my work, Alfonso. I take pride in my work and I take pride in my cooking. So guess what? You laid down the challenge and I'm taking it up. I'm going to cook authentic Italian ravioli, just one of your favorite dishes. I'm going to cook it better than you ever could. Alright? So with that being said, let's get cooking.
Alright, first things first, we're going to get a couple of sweet potatoes and we're just going to chop them up. Don't need to be too fine, don't need to be too special. Just small enough sizes that they can roast easily. Throw them in a pan with a little bit of water and put them in the oven about 200 degrees Celsius. Alright, now we're going to grab ourselves a red pepper. The red pepper is going to be chopped up real fine, okay? What we're going to do is make sort of a sweet potato puree, mash if you will, and this is going to be the little chunks inside of it, okay? So real fine. You see how small and thin them bits is? Very small, very nice, very cute. Alright, now that's all done. Put it in a pan. Make sure that it's all spread evenly around, and once again, we'll throw that in the oven. Ravioli always needs a little bit of fat inside of it, so I'm using Applewood's smoked cheese. It's nice and smoky, cuts up real fine and good, and it melts real fine and good as well. So what I'm going to do is just dice this up real small pieces like the red peppers. Not going to throw it in the oven though, just going to go in a bowl. In the meantime, grab yourself some type 00 or Italian flour, maybe about 300 grams of that. Add a teaspoon of salt also to the mix. And be careful to be delicate here, you don't want to over pour it. And then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, olive oil is essential in this one. No sunflower, no rapeseed, nothing else. And then finally round it off with 250 milliliters of water. Now we're just going to mix it up and knead it and whatnot. Really, you should be kneading for about 10 minutes. Get it real nice and works and elasticy. As you can see, it sort of takes quite a while, but the work is worth it in the end. Throw that in the fridge for about an hour and let's get the veg out. Great. As you can see, the peppers are nice and burnt and crispy, exactly how I like, and the sweet potatoes are nice and soft, as I like. Then we got the 3 key filling ingredients. We got the potato, which we're now going to mush up into a big pasty, mashy puree boy. Keep on munching it, spletch. Great. Keep working it over and getting it all pureed until it's at the desired consistency. Tastes good. Alright, now we just need a little sprinkle of salt, and then, quite simply, dab of rosemary, maybe a pinch, maybe a tablespoon if you will. And now we're just going to add our other ingredients. So the nice little chunk bits of red pepper, the little chunk bits of cheese. We're going to add them all in. Grab yourself a spoon and then mulch it all up. Like I said, this is the filling for the ravioli. So we need this all evenly dispersed. We need it to be all mixed up and flavorsome. And then we also need it to taste great. Yummy. Big thumbs up. Pop that bowl to one side and then grab your pasta dough out of the fridge. So what we're going to do here is basically roll it out nice and thin. With elasticy doughs like type 00 dough, you sometimes need to work it with your hands to get that initial stretch. So that's just what I'm doing now, just stretching out real far and apart. It's not going to be an even sort of depth now, but that's why we go back to roll again afterwards. So we've thinned it out with our hands, then we've rolled it out again to make sure it's uniform. Now just grab yourself your mold or your cup, whatever you're using, and cut yourself out some discs. I'm just going to make one ravioli as an example for you. So we're going to grab a small tablespoon worth, maybe about half a tablespoon, and pop it in the middle of one disc. Okay? We want to make sure it's quite tightly packed in there. We want to make sure that there's not much air in there. And then when we seal it, we're going to crimp around the edges with our thumbs and our forefinger. And we're going to keep the food in the middle of it, okay? Again, you really got to make sure there's not any air pocket in here, because then when you put it in the hot water, the air's just going to explode and you're going to have a big mess. So that's not very helpful, is it? We don't want that. Once you're done with that ravioli, put it to one side and get making the rest of them. Once you're done, you're going to boil up some hot water and you got to slowly lower in your raviolis, like so. You'll know they're cooked when they float to the top. That means the pasta is cooked, and it means you just pop them on out, Drain off the excess water if necessary and put them on your plate. What I did is I put a nice handful of fresh rocket on top, which I got from Reg the Veg or Reginald the Veginald, and then sprinkle on some chopped hazelnuts. This will give some crunch because obviously all of it so far has been quite soft. Pour on a bit of balsamic to cut through the sweetness of the sweet tomato, and you're done. You've got yourself authentic Italian ravioli. Enjoy and get cooking.